how's it going? Today I wanted to do basically another review on my sister's car. Everything that's happened to it in really the year. Actually, I think it's been about 10 months. Let me figure out exactly when she bought it. So it is registered as of 9 of 18. So because it expires 9 of 19. So she's had it for about 10 months. I'm just going to go over a couple things. Really just do a full-on review of everything that's happened to it. And then I'll show them to you. So the first thing is they've got the shitty ass. They were actually in my car, but the shitty LED headlights. They look pretty good at night. Or I mean in the day, you know, kinda. But they're so bad. They're so bad. I think the stock headlights that were in this car were better than that. But I am driving this car to work again. So the Pacifica tires are bad. Tahoe's unregistered. Truck's unregistered. Not even ready to be driven. There's a lot of work. But on today's Thursday. On Mondays when I get paid, so we will be starting to drive the Tahoe again. The other thing is, okay, a lot of the parts that are on this car now came off of my car. For instance, these door handles, the ignition switch, and then this trunk, and the cherry bombs, the tail lights. So we took these tail lights out of my car and put them in hers. We took the cherry bomb glass packs off mine and put them on hers. We actually took the door handles and the trunk off that way, because if you guys remember, she bought this car with no keys. We put an ignition in it, but she couldn't lock it or anything with the key. There's this key. I found this key actually in my car when I was junking it. I don't know if it actually works in the trunk. It's kind of weird, but it works in the doors. So she now has keys for the doors. And then she's got a key to the ignition. So she's got one key to unlock the whole car. The only thing we didn't realize, I should have taken the glove box. Well, I mean, we never lock our glove box. We don't need to lock the glove box. But I actually, because there's nothing really valuable we have put in there. But we can't lock it with that. So it's got 153,000 miles on it now instead of the 152 it had when I bought it, or when she bought it. The sunroof actually, we found out, does work. It's just sometimes hard to open. She's getting a crack in this seat from people sitting out on it and stuff. But all in all, I mean, this car, for being a 20-year-old car, is actually in really great shape. Here, I'll let you guys hear the glass packs on this car. So when I first put the exhaust on her car, let me show you guys exactly what was leaking first. And actually, I'll show you why we switched exhausts. If I still have it. I think we still got it. I'm going to show you the stock exhaust off of her car and why we had to switch them. Why her car was so loud in the first place. Because it had a really good exhaust leak. And I believe it's over here actually. Oh yeah, here's the mufflers. So the pipe's going to be buried underneath that old shit TV. And I ain't got these on. But oh, wait, we cut that down. Never mind. That little one, the small one, we actually cut down. But, and I'll show you guys where it was on her car. So the pipe, it comes out into a resignator. It comes out to the resignator, and then it comes out of the resignator into its own pipe, which goes back to the tailpipe, you know, the mufflers. And that was rusted all the way through. And so when we put the new exhaust on, I didn't put a gasket in it for, you know, because the gasket was just sitting in, or the car was just sitting in the yard. I didn't really put a gasket on it. You see the resignator right here, where it goes into the cat? You guys can't really see it. Anyway, we put a gasket on it, and that sounds so much better now. We're going to show it to you. Oh, hey, there's pennies right there. Don't know where those came from, but okay. Damn it. Come on, phone. And I'm honestly thinking that these glass packs have been worn out a little bit, burned out since they were on my Pontiac and then my Buick. The other thing you notice is this big scratch right here. That actually happened Tuesday? Actually happened Tuesday. What happened was, so as you guys know, this window and the passenger window does not roll down. Only this one and the back one right there. And so my nephew I got in there to move the car, and just as I started it, he ran over to the car and starts looking in the window. And I yell at him, I said, hey, get out of the way, I'm trying to move the car. I didn't hear him move, I didn't see him move. I look back and he's gone. So I start backing up while still looking around to figure out where the hell he's at. And I hit this trailer. And you guys can see the scratches all over here. And then actually I think this screw right here is what scratched most of it, and it broke this reflector, so we had to put new reflectors on it. But scratched it up pretty good, and I'm like, shit. I text my sister, because it's her car, I was like, hey, I gotta get you a new bumper. I scratched the hell out of this one. She's like, no, don't worry about it. I was like, no, it's worse than you think. And she gets home, looks at it. You don't need to worry about it. But if you guys could see, it's actually as deep as my fingertip. The scratch. Some of these scratches. And it scratched up her car a little bit here. And it scratched it right here. But I'm surprised it didn't break that tail light. That shows you how much. These were $160. I got for 60 bucks. It shows you how much stronger $160 tail lights are over the $80 tail lights I had in my Tahoe. She bought this off Wish. I don't know why she'd buy anything off Wish. I mean, really the only thing I'd buy is stickers, so off Wish. But, oh, we also took the hood off my car because, as you guys remember, I don't know if I showed you, I tried to push my buddy's Expedition after his battery died, and it scratched here and dented the hood real good. And so I just put a new hood on hers. It still has the scratches. And I think what I'm going to have to do is probably replace her fender and eventually a door. Because what was happening is her trim piece was rubbing up against here. And you guys can see how close it is now. You can actually see scratch right here. Every time